Hi, I'm Pantazi. I got a question in from one of the Patreons. He was watching one of the films, and he said, this is from Daniel, and he said, I'm an admirer of your research, even though I don't practice Japanese styles, but I do practice Chinese styles, and as you used to say, lots of similarities can be seen despite the two differences in the movements or strategies between the Chinese animal styles and the Japanese styles. And what I was trying to tell him is we work a lot with just action, basically with targetings, tools, and trajectories. That's what Kyusho concentrates on. A lot of us do a lot of different styles. I've studied many different styles in my professional career of over 40 years. So it all blends together. And you'll notice that the techniques, like we just did a film on the 3 palms of Saifa, which is this kind of an action where they move in with the palm and the back fist. Now, you see that also, let me back out just a little bit. Instead of just doing it this way, okay, and keeping a fist in a palm, if you open both of those hands or moved in a different way with a coiling action, you'd see bagua. If you did it in a more rigid style where you grabbed and you pulled into the punch and you see nahanchi kata, okay, again, it's the same action, the same stacking of the hands. Now, when you go into the tools and the targets and the trajectories, your objective there is to think of, okay, what would be the target here? What would be the target here? Okay, that I would be activating with this backhand, be it with a punch or be it with an open palm, a claw, whatever hand position you had in that that Saifa kata as an example. Okay, again, you're going to see these movements in many different styles, okay, as you go through them. And it's not to make a difference because, oh, that's a fist, so that's nahanchi, or that's an open hand, so that's Saifa, or they're both open hands, so that's bagua. They're all the same thing. Now, the animal styles are very specific and very important. Now, you got to remember that the bubishi had within it these 6 energy hands, or the 6 chi hands of Shaolin. So it was based on Shaolin, which was based on animal style methodology. Now, when you're looking at those, you'll also make a strong correlation in the bubishi of the 12 shichen. Now, the 12 shichen, they go in a clock, okay? And Chinese clocks are in 2-hour periods instead of the Western 1-hour period. They call them shichen. And they're named after, there's 12 of them, and they're named after different animals, like the rooster and the monkey and the dog. And yeah, so there's 12 animals. The styles, the animal styles, are within their realm, and the 6 chi hands are all animal in nature. Okay, they're mimicking weapons and tools of animals. Like we went into an expose of the blood pool hand being like monkey paws, how they walk on the ground with those. Okay, and we've also worked with the hands of the crane, the wings of the crane, when you're using the iron bone hand. So these animal styles are all within the Kyusho realm. Now, in Kyusho, we don't have any katas. We just do what we do. If you do Filipino martial art, our niece, Eskrima, Salat, whatever you're doing, it works fine. And that's what makes us really excited about what we're doing. Because when we get to a seminar or a course, we'll have people from different countries and utilizing different styles. We'll have a Shotokan guy working with a Filipino practitioner. We'll have a Tai Chi person working out with the Shorin-Ryu individual. And we mix and we match all the way through the day. Everybody keeps switching partners. So you get an education on everybody's body movements. Once you've gotten past that, okay, because everybody moves a certain way, whether it's really rigid or it's really soft and flowing. And these emulate the animals as well. And when you get into that flow and you can work with any body structure or method in their fighting actions, and you recognize it and you flow with it, then your targeting is going to be much more accurate. However, in all of these styles, okay, even something hard like Shotokan compared to a more of a hungar, say a tiger type of an action. Okay, now in hungar you see this single blade of grass, for example, where they press them out to the side, they move in and they work with them in the different claws. But you also see this in the Shotokan, okay, where you have the hand form unsu, okay, where you have the single blade of grass and they're coming in this way, which is actually the correct transitional flow for a single blade of grass, but that's on other films. All right, so the animal styles are shot through and through. Don't look at the films here on YouTube that I present with a specific kata like Saifa from Goju-Ryu and think, okay, that's just for Goju-Ryu. It isn't. Again, it fits Bagua. It fits Nahanchi from Shorin-Ryu, Shito-Ryu, and many different styles. It's called Teki in Shotokan. It's called something else in Taekwondo. They're everywhere, okay? Look at what the hands are doing, the body dermatome that it's attacking, because the nerves come out in what's called dermatomes. And I've explained this before, but let me get into it just a little bit more again. Out of each vertebrae, we have nerves coming out that innervate the shell of the body, the musculature, and the somatic nervous system, where we have our voluntary actions, our controllable actions. You also have tie-in with the vagus nerve and the autonomic nervous system, which is doing our automatic functions like breathing, heart rate, digestion, etc. So when you're looking to attack the body, when you're working with Kyusho, what we don't do is look for pressure points. That's pressure point art. That's another group of guys. All right, what we do is we look for the dermatomes of the nerve. And a dermatome is, say you have a nerve coming out of the spine between cervical vertebrae number 2 and 3. Okay, as that comes around, that nerve comes out and then it goes in different areas. That dermatome, okay, is all affected by that cervical nerve number 3. Okay, so you have this dermatome, or like a stripe right around here, where you could strike the back of the jaw, the front of the jaw, right at the front of the jaw, the side of the jaw, I meant to say, the back of the jaw, the base of the skull, or right in the lesser occipital nerve in there. And you've got the other nerves, the greater occipital nerve and the least occipital nerve that go up the skull, right where we were having you clap the back of the head. And that was on another video. So just keep going through the videos here on YouTube and you'll see many of these correlations I'm mentioning now. So I hope that relates to your question a little bit more. We're not negating animal styles. In fact, we put them in there, and everything I do in my Weichi is doing the 3 animals, primarily the crane, the tiger, and the dragon. And then we also worked on the monkey. We've worked on different styles. Last couple weeks ago, we were talking about Tongbei, which is the white ape, also mentioned in the Bubishi. So again, look for the similarities. Don't worry about what kata I mentioned it comes out of. It's because I'm either answering someone's question, or I'm working on a particular kata for a project for someone, or someone has asked me a question, or I just saw the form on YouTube and I wanted to get some answers to it, an interesting action. So if you have any interesting or specific actions you want to address, send that in. Send a video clip or an associated video clip where you can show that action, and I'll be back to you as soon as I can with my findings, what could possibly happen, and sometimes if I've got a chance to get with other practitioners, it's hard in this lockdown, but get with someone so we can actually apply it and show you the effects.